Welcome everybody. Welcome to STEM Lockdown Digital School. So great to have you guys back. Today we're going to be doing listening and speaking. Okay, so remember what I said? The rules when we're using our chat box and we start the lesson, that we need to make sure that we don't miss anything, okay? I can see some familiar names. Really great to have you guys back. Welcome. And then today, that's me. Hello. All right. I love to see the familiar faces. I just have to say, Ugle, I hope I said that correctly, but well done. The effort you went into to create this PowerPoint, to be able to put together such a beautiful story. I was so impressed. I loved reading it. And I do hope that, and I think Digital Lockdown might get you to read to everybody, because that would be awesome. So guys, like really, it means so much to me when I see that you learn something from the lesson. It really makes me happy. So well done. Awesome stuff. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. So today we are going to talk about the images that I'm going to show you. We're going to answer questions about them. We're going to talk about their differences. We're going to listen to a folk tale. We're going to answer questions about a folk tale. And obviously you need to learn to give your own opinion as well about what you think about things and see what we can learn from it. We're also going to match some words with their meanings and do some language-related activities. Okay, so that's hopefully what we'll be able to accomplish in our lesson. So now, a question for you. Do you love reading stories about animals? Do you love reading stories about animals? Yeah, I see a few yeses there. Good. Now, if I say the word animals to you, like I did on the slide here, what animals do you think of when you hear animals? What animals come to your mind? Lion, dogs, bear, Simba, cats, monkey. Dogs and cats. Very good. I think you're all on a right track, because when you think of the word animals, it could be wild animals. It could be pet animals. It could be ocean animals. So it could be any one of those, wild, pets, which we also call domestic animals, and sea animals. And do they all belong in the same group? No, they don't. Why? How are they in different groups? In what groups do you think they are in? So you can use the chat box for your answers. It's really much easier for me. Then I can give everybody a turn that way, okay? So they're not in the same group, okay? If we had to separate them, how would we group them? That's it, Neo. That's actually a good point. Wild animals are wild, and they might actually eat pet animals. What's the difference between, yes, some animals are reptiles. Well done. They live in different places. Now we're thinking. There we go. See, the brain's ticking now. What about the sea and ocean animals? What about them? How are they different? Okay, some animals are reptiles, yes. Okay, they live, yes, that's it. They can't be on land. They use gills to breathe and fins to swim. Very good. Now that's it. If you guys feel that you need to put your video off for privacy's sake or security, you can do so, okay? It's not a problem. as long as you can still hear me. So yes, their natural habitat is water, you're right. So now, if we go a bit further along, this is my cool scientist, okay? He's come to join me today. And then we have our animal classification. And did you know that there's 5 groups? There's actually 5 groups. Some of you mentioned a few of the groups already. There we go. Some of you are ahead of me. Well done. I like that. That's awesome. So we have our mammals, our birds, our reptiles, our fish, our amphibians, like our froggies, and there is a difference between them. And I've given you a clue. There's 2 types of areas they fall into, okay? You get those that are vertebrates and you get those that are invertebrates. All right. Now, vertebrates are animals that have a backbone. I'm sure you've learned this in science, eh? They have a backbone, okay? So fish and birds, reptiles, all these have a backbone. However, spiders don't really have a backbone. Insects don't really have a backbone. So they are our invertebrates. And I can guess that you all actually learning this or have learned this in the first term in your science. Okay, so it's nothing new to you, but I thought it'd be really cool to go over for our lesson today. So now, if I had to ask you, what is the difference between the 5 classes of animals? Now that you can't see my previous slide, what would you say they are? Connor, you are right. You've got it there already, the answer. Well done. Yes, this is English. I know we're doing a bit of science, but yes, it's English. We're just doing a little bit of a chat before we start. Okay, so what is the difference between the animals? Okay, some are vertebrates, some are invertebrates. Do you think humans are like us? Do you think humans are like us? Do you think humans like us are animals? Are we animals? Do you think we're not animals? Why do you think we're not animals? We are not animals, you're right, but we are mammals. Okay, we are mammals. What kind of animals do we keep as pets, though? Yeah, we are not wild, although we can query that there might be a few wild people. You can call me anything you like as long as it's not rude. Okay, so yes. Okay, dogs and cats is a common one. Oh, very good. What are other kind of, yes, snake, you can keep actually snakes as pet. I wouldn't advise it, and fish, yes, fish you can keep as pets. Very good. So do you, grade 5s, do you think that it's right to keep animals in a zoo? Do you think it's a good thing? What's your opinion? There's no right and wrong answer for this. It's an opinion, okay? Okay, a lot of you say no. No, okay. But what if, okay, some zoos I think are kind of tiny and small, all right? But don't you think that sometimes, if it's done properly, that a zoo can protect animals? Because we've kind of taken over the planet and there isn't enough space for them to be free, is there? Now, there's some zoos I know that are terrible. They are like really horrible. I wouldn't keep an animal there. But I know that there's a zoo in, if I'm correct in saying this, in Dublin, in Ireland, that is absolutely, the space is amazing. It's like they are in the wild. It's that spacious. And you are right, they protect them from poachers. But then if we do have space, like we do in the Kruger Park, we can keep them there to protect them too. But I agree, a zoo shouldn't feel like a prison to the animals, hey? So it's quite a lot to think about. There's so many different ways of approaching something like this. And then Do you know that, think of endangered species, like endangered species, we need to protect them. And sometimes, unfortunately, the only way we can do that is if we keep them in an enclosure to protect them. No, we have to also protect Simba because unfortunately humans can be a bit worse sometimes, you know, because he's a king, they kind of think he's a nice target to have. What about endangered species? Now, Pretoria Zoo, I don't know how good they are. They used to be. I don't know what they're like now. What about endangered species? Do you know of any endangered species, guys? What about endangered species? Panda, leopard, okay. Why do people eat cow for meat? Because they're hungry, I would think. Okay, so rhinos. Rhinos is a big one. Okay, rhinos are really, they are endangered species. And I think that it's very, very, very sad that they are like kind of cruelly hunted, don't you think? And I think I read somewhere in an article that there was a little baby rhino and luckily he survived, but without they actually took his horn off while he was alive. So, you know, if we can somehow, I mean, you guys are our future. So if you can somehow in your future do little things to protect our animals, that would be really cool. Do you love animals? Yes. Okay, hippos, yeah, I don't know if they're on the endangered list, but they could be. Yes, animals are amazing. They can teach us so much just about even treating one another, don't you think? Yes, the dodo bird. The dodo bird is extinct, definitely. I can tell you a story about a dodo bird. Okay, well, not a real dodo bird, but when I was a very, very little girl, and that was very, very long ago, I think I was about 4 years old, and my brother used to really, really, really irritate me as brothers do. And I used to call him a dodo. And then he used to call me a dodo back. And that was the highest insult you could have given us. We did not like being referred to an extinct bird that was a bit dumb. So we used to call each other dodo as an insult. But now we've grown out of it. But now it's like a cute thing, isn't it? Dodos. And it sounds so cute too. All right, so now think of an animal story that you know. Okay, you can't tell it to me now, but definitely at the end. Polar bears, yeah, going extinct. At least we still have a few around, so we need to take care of them. You guys are very clued up about this. This is, what do you see? What do you see? Other than me, what do you see? Grade 5? Yes, Buchle, well done. Elephants. And where do you think this place is? Where do you think these elephants are? They're definitely in Africa, absolutely. No, I didn't go to Kilimanjaro. That's a bit too high for me. This is actually, some of you say Shamwari. I wish it was. This is on the garden route, actually, in the Knysna area, where you can go for elephant rides. It is a reserve. That whole area is just a tiny speck of where they are allowed to roam. Okay, aren't they beautiful? They are just the most awesome creatures. And to get to ride one of them was an absolute amazing experience. Absolutely amazing. And you see that little baby elephant there? Well, that little elephant was very, very naughty because she kept running in front of the mommy, trying to trip her up while we were going for a ride. But a very cute elephant too. Okay, so let's see what we have next. Oh, what's this? What do we have here? This is a different class now of animals. There we go. Nice. So you all know what that is. That is an ostrich. Now, the one I'm feeding, if you can look at that one, and if you look at the bird above it, that's not an ostrich per se. It's called something else. It doesn't grow as big as an ostrich. And if you look at the lines on its neck, it also shows you it's not an ostrich. It's something else, but it's of a similar family. Okay, let's see. I just want to see if someone can come up with it because it's not an easy word to remember. Flamingo, no. Flamingo would be pink, but that's a good guess. Have you ever heard of an emu? An emu. Yes, that little bird over there is an emu. So it's not quite as big as an ostrich. Okay, it's just a smaller version. All right, but you can see that this is in this is Highgate Ostrich Farm, and there you can see that you can have the ostriches. You can go for a ride. All right, but if you want to go for a ride, you're going to have to cover their heads. Otherwise, they're going to like really not let you sit on them. But the only problem with riding an ostrich is that because its back goes downwards, while you're riding and it starts running, it feels like you're going to slide off his bum, just like that. So you're going to really, really hold onto his wings very tight. And also, you could grab his neck if you're really desperate and you think you're going to fall off. But his neck is very bendy, so it's going to move with you. All right, and they love shiny things. Can an ostrich fly? No, an ostrich cannot fly. Its body's too big and heavy. Definitely. Oh, but it can kick you. You don't want to be kicked by an ostrich. You'll be asleep for a week. It has wings because it is almost it kind of protects its babies. You know, they shelter under its wings and they cover their nest with it. And it's just, I just think that's actually a good question to go and research. Who asked me if it why it has wings if it can't fly? That's very good. It can't fly, no, because its body is heavier, too heavy for its wings. But that's something to look up. I love it when you come up with things that we can go look up. It's awesome. What do we have here? Oh yeah, ostriches are very, very fast. We have, it's not a turtle, it's a, yeah, we got a little, what do you call that? Remember, that's a tortoise, yes. And then we have from Madagascar, what do you call those animals? Those monkeys from Madagascar? You must have all seen Madagascar. What do you call that monkey? It's It's a lemur. Yes, it's a lemur. Well done. Now, this little guy looking sad over here, I don't know what type of monkey he is. But look at his big, big eyes. He is quite a biggish one. So he's not a bush baby and he's not a baboon because he doesn't have a purple bum. But his eyes are very cute. He kind of looks like very sad, doesn't he? Okay, so and then you have your lemur who's got those red eyes and who's sitting like he's doing yoga. Okay, and then you have, no, he's real. I took the photos. He's real, trust me. And then you have a tortoise with that hard shell, and tortoises can live like for over 100 years, and their shells can grow really, really, really big, like heavy big. So I think they're like prehistoric animals. I think you're going to enjoy the story today. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Hey, Yes, there we go. Yeah, dolphins, a seal, penguin. Aren't they beautiful? The little penguin with his little webbed feet and the seal swimming. I could have added more photos, but I think I would have, our lesson would have taken far too long if I did that. But they're beautiful, aren't they? So today I showed you the animals so that you could see the different class of animals, okay? So what I want to do now is I'm actually going to read you a story, okay? And I'm going to show you the pictures. So you're not actually going to read the story. I'm going to read it. You're going to watch the pictures, okay? Now, before I start this story, I want you to just have a look at the pictures and see if you can guess what this is going to be about. So here are all your pictures. What do you think this story is going to be about? Okay? What do you think the story? Oh, we're doing English. We've done our discussion. Now we're doing yeah, there's a farm and there's chicken. Very good. Okay. A hen. Yes. Okay. Nice. Right. You should, grade 5s, write down your ideas of what this story you think it's about. I'm going to read the story to you now. And then while I'm reading, write down the important little ideas, okay? Because we are going to have some questions and discussion afterwards. All right. So look carefully at the pictures. I'm going to go from the top left-hand side and I'm going to go down. Then I'm going to go to the middle and start at the top again and go down. And then I'm going to go to the end, start at the top again and go down. All right. Now remember, try and write your notes and try not to distract anyone on the chat while I'm reading the story. Okay. So you need to listen carefully. All right. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to start now. A farmer went through a forest looking for any interesting birds that he could find. He found a single egg in the grass, and it still felt warm. He put the egg beneath one of his egg-laying chickens. In time, he realized it was not a chicken. And yet he continued to raise it with all the other chickens. What kind of bird do you think it actually is if it's not a chicken? A duck. Someone says duck. Okay. Okay, a dove. A falcon, a raven. Very good. Okay, swan. Lots of ideas here. Very good, grade 5s. Are you ready to find out what it is? Okay, let's go. 5 years later, a biologist. Do you know what a biologist is? A biologist, okay, think about that because I'll ask at the end. A biologist came by. After passing through his garden, he said, that bird is an eagle, not a chicken. Well done, Rutabile. Yes, said the farmer, but I have trained it to be a chicken. It is no longer an eagle. It is a chicken, even though it measures 4.5 meters from wingtip to wingtip. So the farmer believes he's trained the eagle to be a chicken. No, said the biologist. It is an eagle still. It has the heart of an eagle, and I will make it fly into the sky." "That's impossible," said the farmer. "It's a chicken, and it will never fly." They agreed to test it. The biologist picked up the eagle, held it up, and said, "Eagle, you are an eagle. You belong to the sky and not the earth. Stretch your wings and fly." Do you think he flew? Okay, some say yes, some say no. Okay, let's find out. The eagle turned this way and that, and then, looking down, saw the chickens eating their food, and down it jumped. The farmer said, "I told you it was a chicken." "I still disagree," said the biologist. "It is an eagle. Give it another chance tomorrow." Very good, Pierre. A biologist is someone that studies nature. So do you think the next morning the biologist was able to get the eagle to fly? What do you think before I continue? Some say yes. Some say no. Some say yes. Okay. Do you want it to fly? Would you like to see the story end with him flying? A lot of yeses. Okay, let's see what happens. The next morning, he rose early and took the eagle away from the farm to the foot of a high mountain. He picked up the eagle and said, "You are an eagle. You belong to the sky and not to this earth. Stretch your wings and fly." The eagle looked around and trembled, as if new life were flowing into it. It stretched its wings and flapped them a few times. Suddenly, with the screech of an eagle, it lifted itself into the air. At first, it was clumsy, and it wobbled as it flew. But soon, it became more graceful and confident. It flew higher and higher into the sky, until it was just a tiny dot in the distance. It never returned. It was an eagle, even though it had been kept as a chicken. Did you enjoy that story? Are you crying? So what do you think the message is of that story? What do you think it's trying to teach us? What do you think it's trying to teach us? You can believe, Amanda, that's so cute. I believe I can fly. Never give up, never underestimate yourself. Very good. So if you are in a situation and you kind of think you're never going to get out of it, like when I was younger, I'll share something personal with you, and then maybe you can relate to it. Okay? I never believed I could become a teacher. I believed when I finished high school, I believed that I was not smart enough and I was not clever enough. And I did not think I would ever be a teacher. So I didn't go and study to be a teacher. And now I am a teacher. And I might have studied later than finishing school, but now I am doing what I love to do. But I had to stop being comfortable. I've had to stop believing that I was a chicken. And I had to believe that I was an eagle. Okay, so don't ever think that if you have something you really want to do, don't ever think that you can't do it, that you won't eventually do it. Okay, because you can. And there's nothing, no one can tell you you're not good at something or you can't do something good or achieve something. Only you can do that. Okay? The only time someone has power over you in that way is if you allow them to and if you choose to listen to them. Oh, that's pretty cool, Amanda. Well done. That's very cool. That's very cool. Okay, so my message to you is take something away from the story for yourself. Okay? Now, let's get back to the story. What do you think the story is about? And do you think the story will have a lesson to teach us? Now, I've already asked you that, and you have told me, and I still see some answers coming up. So well done. That is awesome. You guys are very good perception. So yes, the story is about a chicken and a eagle. Okay. And I think that a lot of you have learned that it does have a lesson to teach you, because I can see a lot of you sharing and it's awesome. So we have the eagle and we have the chicken. Very good. Amanda, you're on the ball there. Okay, so here are our questions. I've already asked you what you think the story is about, and you have told me. Do you think, you've said eagle, okay, so you've answered that. Do you think the eagle would have behaved the same way if it had been older? If it had arrived amongst the chickens when it was older, do you think it would have behaved in the same way, or do you think it would have been different? No. Okay, why? Why do you think so? How would it have behaved different? Okay, eagles are smart. Okay, so think about where it was raised. If the eagle had been arrived at the farm when it was older, it wouldn't have been raised there like a chicken. So it probably, you're right, guys, you are spot on. It probably would not have behaved the same way. Why couldn't this eagle in this story fly? Why couldn't he fly? Because he got used to the environment. That's one answer. Good. So according to the story, why couldn't our eagle fly? He was small. He didn't know how to fly. Now we're getting somewhere. Why didn't he know how to fly? It was used to being a chicken. Now, do chicken mommies teach their chicks how to fly? No, they don't. So he didn't have an eagle mommy to teach him how to fly. And that's why he thought he was a chicken. But if he had an eagle mommy, I don't know if you have ever watched documentaries of eagles. I absolutely love them. So if even National Geographic has some amazing live videos of eagles, and they show you how an eagle mommy teaches their baby to fly. So they still have to learn how to fly, but you need an eagle mommy if you're an eagle to teach you how to fly. Okay, so he didn't have that. How do you think the eagle felt behaving like a chicken? Remember the pictures I showed you? How do you think he felt? Weird, comfy, sad, happy, disheartened, sad, very good, scared. Did you notice that in some of the pictures, he kept looking at the sky? It's almost like he knew that's where he was meant to be. but he didn't understand why he felt that way. How do you think it felt when he was set free? Happy. Imagine like when you work really, really hard for something and you honestly do not think you were gonna do it, and you did it. That feeling of like, wow, I can't believe I did this. Isn't it an awesome feeling? It really does make you happier. So, why do you think this story was told? Because it is an animal tale, and it is one that's passed down a lot and used to teach certain things. So why do you think this story was told? Very good, Amanda. Very good. It is definitely motivation to not give up. And you know who didn't give up on him? It was the biologist that came along and recognized something in him and said, no, you don't belong here. You should not be here. This is not where you belong. And we all have, so to speak, a biologist in our lives that will tell us, you are capable of doing this and this, because I can see you do it in every other way. So don't give up on yourself. And I'm telling you, guys, you are awesome. And I absolutely love how hard you work. And I absolutely am so proud of you. And I want you to know that. Don't ever give up. You're doing very well. So now, what we have learned from the story is to never give up. And, you know, we all have our challenges, and you guess what? You're always going to have them. They're always going to be there. And you're just going to stand up and carry on. If you were the eagle, what would you have done? What would you have done if you went to a farm and you saw an eagle there amongst the chickens? What would you guys have done? Would you have done the same thing the biologist did? Or would you have done the same thing as the farmer? What would you have done if you had seen the eagle there amongst the chickens? You would have let him fly, Naledi. Good. Good, Banana. Well done. Let him go. Very good. And don't you think that the only time a person should see an eagle really, Bee's mom, that's cool, is if it's being rehabilitated or helped to heal of an incident or something, and then let them go again. Yeah, they have wings. They were definitely meant to fly freely. Well done, grade 5s. Look at my eagle. What do you think? Cool, eh? Okay, so now what we're going to do, I've given you a list of words, okay? Biologist, clumsy, graceful, wobbled, confident. Okay, then on the other side, I'm going to give you some meanings or synonyms. Awkward, elegant, trembled, self-assured. Okay, can you see that there? Sorry. I'm trying to read it as well. Someone interested in the environment. Okay, so there you have your words on the left, and you have meanings or synonyms on the right. So now you need to match them. Which meaning on the right-hand side goes with biologist? So which meaning on the right-hand side goes with biologist? You want to do it first? Amanda, I'm reading your answer, so you can give it to me. Yeah. Very good. Okay, Amanda, I will read your answer first because you begged. Okay. Amanda, and not only Amanda, but it is the last one on the right. Someone interested in the environment. That is a biologist. Okay, well done. Well done. Which synonym or word goes with clumsy? Okay, Zuara, you type up the second one. You can type up the second one, Zuara. What do you think goes with clumsy? Okay, quite a few answers. I just don't want to unmute because we've got such a nice group today and I won't be able to hear everybody. So it's just nicer for me to be able to read them and get a clear answer. Very good, very good. I am reading all your answers, Elijah, Connor, and Aledi. Very good. Amanda, good. Good, Ntolo. Right. Shall we see if you guys are right? Okay, let's have a look. Whoa, well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. Clumsy is awkward. You know when you're clumsy and you're bumping into things. Okay, Rahish, you want to do the third one? Type it in for me. Type it on the chat for me. Graceful is... I am reading the rest of your answers, don't worry, but I did say Rahish, I would read his answer. So you can type that in for me there. Graceful. What goes with graceful? Very good. Yes, you can do the fourth one, babe. Okay, I'm still reading some answers here. Very good. Okay. I will try and give you all a turn. Okay. Are we ready? All right. Shall we check? Graceful is... Very good, Rahesh. Very good. Let's see if... I think you are absolutely right, Rahesh. There you go. Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. Well done. Okay. Now, I did say Faith could do the next one, wobbled. So, Faith, you can type in the answer for wobbled for me. I can have a look. What do you think wobbled? Another word for wobbled. Oh, sorry, dear. Thank you for letting me know, dear. Okay, so another word for wobbled. A lot of good answers here. There we go. Okay. hello, Mark. I'll try and remember that. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have, let's check if you're right. I'm going to call you Mike from now on just because you were joking. Wobbled is trembled. Well done. Good job. Excellent. Then the last one, confident. You generally go with the word that's left. Okay. So self-assured and poised. Very good. So in the beginning, the eagle was really not confident. He was kind of like wobbly and clumsy. And now he is confident and graceful. Now, let's see if you can find the verbs in the following sentence. We will do this. Now, if we don't get to complete this because our time is coming to an end, you can always do this for me like you do, and you can share it with me on my email. Okay, so it's 1:45, so I'm going to quickly, remember, you guys know how to go back to this, okay? So I'm just going to go through it very, very, very quickly, very fast. Haha. Okay, so this is the links you can go to watch it. All right, I'm actually trying to see if I have the link. Yeah, we go. You see my email address over there, okay? You can send your answers to me over there, all right? You can follow us on any of these links, okay? And then you can do those activities. There's an activity where you can find the adjectives to describe the eagle, okay? So how would you describe this eagle? But you must use the words from this block, okay? I'm going to block the chat if you talk about food. Miss Focus, I've got to say goodbye, Nana, okay? This one is to describe and label the eagle. So you're going to look at your eagle and you're going to label him with the words at the top. Okay, now this worksheet will be uploaded on the website. I am actually going to check right after this lesson to make sure it is there for you so that you can go to it. Okay, the slide will also be available for you. And I do hope you had a great, great lesson today. And I really, really look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the same time. I always put your work on the first page if you send me work. Of course I will. I'm proud of you guys. Stay safe and keep well, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.